welcome to the final day of the 2019 Montreux Volley Masters. We're in the Salle du Perrier Omnisports Arena for a feast of world-class women's volleyball action. 3 matches coming your way today, all with a Europe versus Asia theme. Second game, 3rd v 4th playoff, featuring our losing semi-finalists Italy versus Thailand. And then to finish, the big game of the day as Poland take on 2011 champions Japan in the gold medal final. But first up, a sensational 5th place playoff between the Olympic champions China and the VNL runners-up Turkey. Well, I said we've got a feast of volleyball for you today, and we start with an absolute cracker. World-class teams out on court for our first match. Turkey failing to make it through to the playoff phase in terms of the top 4. Beat Switzerland 3-1, but then lost to Italy 3-1, and then beat Thailand 3-1, but that wasn't quite enough to get through on a points ratio. But still a very talented team that will be looking to take a win today against the reigning Olympic champions. China then in yellow, lost to Japan 3-1, and really that put pay to their chances, then struggled against Germany, got through that 3-2, and beat Poland, who are going to be in the final against Japan by 3-1. But they're here with about 5 or 6 of their VNL team, China, and a very impressive unit indeed. So from Turkey's and China's point of view, this is all about starting their preparation for a summer of international volleyball, and that's what this iconic tournament has always been about. There's Coach Guidetti watching on, quite relaxed for him this week. Was expecting to be at the Champions League final, but is here as an advisor with the Turkish coaching staff. And then An Jiaji, the head coach of China, is Lang Ping's assistant, the legendary Lang Ping, who will be taking over the coaching duties come the Volleyball Nations League season, which China are once again hosting for the women. Well, let's take a look at the key players for both these teams. From a Turkish point of view, Özbey is the setter. She needs to keep that offense ticking. And then the glue that holds them all together is the captain, Meryem Bosch, now at 31 years of age, the best scorer for Turkey so far. And a very impressive middle blocker. Look out for Zara Güneş, just 19 years of age. She's looked very solid out on court once again. And then Ebra Karakurt, certainly a real talent, but doesn't look to have the playing kit on today. Looks like she's going to don the libero shirt, so don't expect to see too much time from her on court. And here we go. What a tournament Aylin Sarıoğlu has had so far. The libero for Turkey has been just about everywhere, literally in defence. Best digging stats so far, and taken a ball in the face in the warm-up, hence the tears to the eyes there. They put them through it, the liberos. For China, well, some world-class players here without any doubt at all. Dia Linyu, the 23-year-old setter, likely to be the playmaker. And then the big left-hander, just 19 years of age, Li Ying, the wing spiker, going to be the best scorer for China by the looks of it this week. And will be looking to certainly keep the scoreboard ticking over. Their oldest player is Lin Li, another fantastic libero to watch in action. There is Li, one of the tallest players out on court in the number 2 shirt. Plays for the Tianjin province. All the Chinese players play with their provincial teams. And looking like another world-class find for the Chinese coach, Lang Ping. There is Meryem Bosch, the captain for Turkey. She's been very impressive during the course of this week. She's the go-to player when it comes to certainly that right side of court. Will get Turkey out of trouble on a lot of occasions, and a really impressive player to watch. And yesterday, when Turkey had their training session, worked for a long time with Coach Guidetti on her hitting angles, but also on the way that she paced her run-up. Guidetti trying to get her to go very slow at the start of the run-up and then accelerate into the spike. We'll see if that works for her today. And there is Li Lin, the veteran, shall we say, of this Chinese team, the oldest player on court for China at 26 years of age, wearing the libero shirt. She's just a superb passer. Service reception is second to none, and then defensively quite brilliant. And how about this? 19 years of age, Lang Ping operates a wonderful talent identification program in China, where she looks for ex-basketball players, she looks for swimmers, and encourages them maybe to move into volleyball. And Li is one of those players. Now, Karakurt Didn't have a great game in the last match for Turkey and has been asked to put the libero shirt on today. So we may see Karakurt in there just to practice her service reception, but not likely to be out there on court in offence. So both teams through their final preparations for this 5th, 6th place playoff. I mean, two incredible teams. Just shows you the quality and the standard of play that we've had in Montreux during the course of this week, the 34th edition of this iconic tournament. And the reigning Olympic champions, China, and the VNL runners-up, Turkey, only able to be contesting the 5th and 6th places on the final day of play. There's a great match in prospect. Very good crowd in once again as the two teams are introduced. And once we've met the two captains, then we will meet the officials and we'll be ready to see what lineups the coaches are going with. So Meryem Boz, leading scorer for Turkey, introduced to the crowd. And Zheng Jijin, 23 years of age, another world-class middle blocker, captaining China today. What a way to start our coverage from Montreux. Two incredible teams about to take to the court. And we've still got two more fantastic games to come. Italy v Thailand for the 3rd, 4th playoff. And then the championship match, Poland-Japan, to finish our day and finish our tournament. Let's meet the officials then. And it's Yuka Kitamura of Japan. Been officiating on the international schedule with the FIVB since 2009. And from Thailand, Sasiprapa Pimthong Komburi, 2011. She moved into an international officiating role. Our referees are ready. The crowd is certainly ready. And it's time to see which players the coaches are going to start for this 5th place playoff. It's Coach Guidetti, but not actually officially in control this week. It's his assistant coach, Alper Hamyoku, who's looking after things as the Turkish players take to the court. And a couple of players that have been rested a little bit this week. Looks like we're going to see a start for Baladin and for maybe Ercan. And that looks to me like Sete Ezgidilik is going to get a start ahead of Kansu Özbey. Let's confirm that lineup for you. So Kaliskan and Kalak through the middle, and it is Ercan and Baladin in those outside hitting positions, and Yilmaz gets a start opposite ahead of her captain Meryem Boz, and indeed the playmaker is going to be Ezgidilik. China then taking to the court, Coach An Jianji here with a group of players that will feature on the VNL this year, but effectively their 2nd string team for China. Yang and Duan through the middle, two really talented players. Then we've got Hu, number 5, one to watch out for certainly, the birthday girl from yesterday, and she's going to be opposite Zheng. And there is Coach An Jianji. Had a very brief word with him this morning in the corridor and said he really enjoyed himself once again here in Switzerland. He loves this tournament. The team are relaxed and just getting themselves ticking over heading into the international season. Turkey then without their captain on court. So one of the other players is going to have to take over duties. I think that was called as Sema Ercan. And it is Ercan, the 24-year-old wing spiker, who will get us underway in set 1. Best of 5 sets. First 4 sets to 25 points, but if we do go to a tiebreaker set, that'll be to 15. And we've only actually had one game go the distance, but this one has 5 sets written all over it if both teams play at their highest level. Turkey then in the red to serve in set 1, taking on China for the 5th place here at the Montreux Volley Masters 2019. Away we go. And a solid start from China. Nice put away from Duan Fang. the pipe, coming into the women's game more and more now, that attack from the middle part of the back court. And here's the birthday girl from yesterday, made her VNL debut last year, Hu Mingyuan, turned 23. And a good put away from Turkey to open their account. Baladim with the kill. Galatasaray player. Lovely set from Dilik, flat and fast, pinned the blockers. And Baladim opens her account. Good blocking. And China's best scorer, Li Yingying, stopped solidly there. That was a superb lineup from Yilmaz on the outside to shut things down. Back to the pipe, but this time an error. Quick chat with the coach about where Kalac should serve. Goes straight down the middle of the court. Third spike not put away from Lee. Well, we've got a really clear idea of the kind of rallies we're going to see now. Lots of great ball control, which leads to really solid attacking. And then both teams technically proficient in the block, so it'll be tough for the spikers today to find clean court. Yilmaz stopped. Another well-organised block, and that's the value of forcing the passers away from the net, making it tough for them to play the ball to the setter. That isolates the hitter. Easy read for the two blockers, but you've still got to make the play. And it was made very nicely indeed. Lee with the stop. Oh, that's a shame. That was a really nice set from Dilik. Just froze in the air, super pass, and then fed it very quickly on the reverse to Yilmaz, but she's mishit that one out of court. And China just get their noses in front in this first set, 4-3. Well, run around the back there. Not a slide D on this occasion. Same footwork that you'd see for that attack, but this was actually a C quick, so much closer to the setter on the reverse. And a decent put away from Kaliskan. One of the tallest players in this Turkish team, Kaliskan in the middle. Good recovery from China, and Kaliskan this time hits a proper slide D. So moving around the back of the setter, but moving away by about 2.5 meters before taking off from one leg and then sliding that spike back across court. Good set from Dilik. Opposite player on ahead of her captain. So a little bit of pressure on Gözde Yilmaz today. Good stop from Dilik. Shortest player on the Turkish team, apart from the libero Sariolu. And well timed. Good stop on Lee, who towers above her. Lee stands 1.92 meters. As Dilik is just 1.77. Neither team really settling into a rhythm at the moment. Lee to serve, just checks with Coach Anne where he wants her to go. Great play from China, very patient to wait for that opportunity, and once again it's the ball control from the libero Lin that just allows the setter Jia to open up the court. And it was Han Yu with the put away. And China get a touch given to them. Duan with her first spike of the day in the front court. And this, if it was a touch, was a micro touch off the fingernails. Certainly wasn't in the court. Trying to get the decision. Well, just going to one of those positions off the pass of Baladin that was virtually impossible for Dilic to make the set. Gave it a go, but that was out of play. And that's how far. Coach Guidetti says that last spike missed the Turkish block. Yeah, good swing. Very nice attack from Baladin. Another one of the young players that were originally inspired by a group of Turkish volleyballers that were really top of their game, competing in the European Championship final around about 12 years ago now. And it's inspired this whole group of players to come through in the sport. And Turkey now starting to see the rewards of a very good women's volleyball program. And also a group of teams that are competing at the top level on the Champions League in Europe. A serve, first one of the game. And goes to the middle blocker, Kaliskan. She's hit that one hard as well. China in trouble. Free ball Turkey. And a double touch, well, 4 touches signalled, in fact. Well spotted, actually, by the referee there. Sometimes the ball just ricochets off another player after the pass. And that touch is seen. Timeout, China.
稍微慢一点了，直接上去传啊，再主动一点。但是你的进攻啊，就是下球太勒太狠了啊，就是再放松点，离远一点。要注意他那个6号背飞哈，背飞往后跑的时候，你的左手的需要再顶一顶。再是1号位最防，就是倒地去防一防这个轻拍的球。啊，蓝背飞再顶一顶右手哈。
Well, various languages, all sorts of dialects as well in China. And you can even get a dialect difference within a big city. But one thing they do all understand is the word for volleyball when you say it. With my limited Chinese, Pai Cha. It's volleyball in Chinese, and it is such a huge sport over there. And the players out on court for China at the moment, real superstars in their own country. And that's a good hit from the back line. Yilmaz, just like Boz, did a lot of work with Coach Guidetti yesterday at the end of their training session on her hitting angles. He doesn't want her to fade away and hit down the inside of the ball. He wants her to hit straight and hard. And that was a good shot. Good start from Gözde Yilmaz. High set. Easily read by the block and well defended. Oh, this is super stuff from Turkey. Great stuff. Well, really good rally. Some fantastic blocking from Turkey. In particular, Asli Kalac got herself organised on every block there, but finally got lined up by Duan Fang for the kill. And the number 20 for China puts it away solidly. Not Turkey's starting lineup by any means, and they're doing a very good job out there at the moment. Good slow down block from China. Great pick up down the line from Yilmaz. And a good finish from Ercan. Turkey's turn to be patient. Oh, super defense, both sides of the net. Chan on to Lin. Not featured much, same at Chan this week. But she's a world-class wing spiker, no doubt about it. And the block's not too bad either. And Turkey flying away in this first set. Very good period of play for them. Overpass dealt with nicely. Good awareness from Chan. Touch of luck. And the first point on the board for Hu Mingyuan. Made a very busy debut in the VNL last year, the 23-year-old number 5 middle hitter. Still got a way to go before she really makes the grade, but very exciting prospect. Out comes Duan. And Du Qingqing is in. Service and defence substitution here. Ooh, just long. Well, that is interesting. That nearly hit the coach. Stood there, and the lines judge has given it in. There is no challenge system in place, so the decision is the decision, despite the reaction of the Turkish bench. And you know what? They were probably underestimating, with the hand signals, how far that missed. China will take it. They need the points in set 1. Brilliant from Lin. And that's well hit from Lee. It's a shame for Turkey because that was in the air a long time and Baladin just couldn't quite motor enough to get there. So 2 quick points for China, just put them 1 down. And on paper, the substitution from An Jiaji is a good one for China. Decent serving from Du. And again. Another scoring chance for China. Wide to Lee. Good blocking. Really well shut down on that cross court. That's a terrific lineup from Kalach on the left-handed Lee. (14-12), Turkey restore a 2-point margin. That is fantastic control from China. Well, when a team has the ball under control, we call it in system, but this was completely out of system. That's not the way China were trying to play the point, but they have such great ball control, they're still able to fashion an attack. Good serve from Hu. Oh, decent defense, but not coming back. And both Baladin and Chan have started well through the wing spiking positions for Turkey. They've got some very good players on the bench, Turkey, that they can still bring into the action. Boz and Ismailoglu may feature at some point. Superb from Baladin. Pipe attack from Chan, and she's put it away. Off the block of Yang. Youngster Yang, just 19 years of age, 1.90 m tall, and reaches way over the net. Touches 3.11 on her block, but Chan does the business. And a good set again from Ezgi Dilik, the playmaker for Turkey, making some great decisions down there. Overpass, dispatched. Turkey restore a very healthy lead in set 1. And this is why China struggled against Germany the other day, just couldn't remain consistent enough with their ball control. It's effectively a free point for Turkey. It's up. Play on, says the referee. Dilic out of the equation. Someone needs to get control of this ball, and it is Baladin that does it off the blocker's hands and out of play. It was a good rally because it was long. There were lots of contacts, but nobody really got control of that ball until the final part. And China forced to call another timeout here as they struggle in set one against Turkey.
进攻打不死，或者是这个一进攻不顺的时候，不要老纠缠在进攻上啊，连贯起来再跟他抓回合就行了啊，不要老纠结这个问题。这地方后期的保护，包括防守，都有点发愣了啊，连贯起来，蹲低一点，都准备每一个球，好不好？哎，要跟对方能磨合住来回啊，不要想着一板子解决他啊，清楚吧？不要越打越死，越打越狠啊，加油啊！
Jiaji, decent international player in his time, but nothing like the auspicious career that his number one had in her time. Lang Ping not here with the Chinese team this week. Another good serve. China under pressure again. Lee off her wing against a three-woman block, and that's not happening. That's great organisation from Turkey. Read where the set was going, and all three blockers came into the equation. Monster triple block. Substitutions for China. So off comes number 14, Zheng. Captain is replaced. 19, Liu Yanhan comes in, and we've got a replacement as well in the setting position, the youngster Sun Yan, just 17 years of age in the number 13 shirt, and doesn't even get to set the ball first time on court. Du Qingqing beaten on the service. So China now with 4 new players out on court from the team that started this match. Not sure how much they're going to be able to influence things from here. Turkey have set one by the scruff of the neck. Good work from Lee. Quick apology to Dilic as she caught the Turkish setter with that shot down the line. Wonderfully friendly tournament this, so no players aiming for anybody else's head. But unfortunately, every so often, you get in the way and there's nothing you can do about it. No damage done. Dilic, reverse one-hand set. That's a brilliant piece of work from the Turkish playmaker. Tight pass and feeds it one-handed on the reverse to Yilmaz. You can just see how Yilmaz gets a little bit out of shape on her shots. Leans in and across the ball. That's what they were trying to sort out in practice yesterday. Much better angle from Lee. Starting to find her range now, China's top scorer. And left-handers on the left side of court can hit that angle. Sharp cross-court. Impressive. Very impressive. Gruber Kaliskan. Akman with the name on her jersey with a super swing. Really bubbly player, very chatty in all the training sessions. Is the big number 6 for Turkey. And just looks like she enjoys her volleyball. It's good to see out there on court. And got a decent touch on that one as well, but couldn't quite guide it to the defender. So Du with her first hit in the front line, having come on for Duan. Another solid world-class wing spiker in this Chinese lineup. Good serve, Turkey under pressure. Free ball to China. That is unfortunate. because the backcourt player now, Lee, not able to take off with her foot on or in front of that 3-meter line. And as she comes in for the spike, you just see the toe going onto the 3-meter line. So that's a hitting fault. Point Turkey. Well spotted by the officials, well spotted by the camera crew. Tight, and just off the fingers of the block. Good high reach from Du Qingqing. Very important for a wing spiker when the ball's tight to the net like this. They stabilise the court and stay nice and high in the air. Very good shot. 17-23 though. China still chasing this first set. Overpass, well finished. Very nice job from Liu. Experienced outside hitter. A few wry smiles from the Turkish coaching staff. But still a 5-point cushion for the team in red. And the service error from the youngster, 17-year-old setter Sun Yan, means Turkey move to set point, 24-18. Not quite sure of her rotation position there. Hasn't had a lot of playing time at this tournament. There's the young setter. Good save out wide. But Turkey with a swing for the set. Ercan goes for it. Reuse. Dilic just gets up off the floor to make the set. But China have control. And that's going to go against China, I'm afraid. So the set point is earned on an error. Chinese players not really sure what happened there. And that would have been either a net touch or a foot crossing the line, I think. But whatever it is, it goes against China. And there you go, quite clearly Sun's foot way over the centre line. By a long distance as well. Good spot by the officials again. And the first set goes Turkey's way. 25 points to 18. Played very well from the mid-phase onwards. And Turkey in this 5th place playoff head into a 1-set lead. And they did so with some really, really solid volleyball out there. So plenty to enjoy from set 1. Let's take a look back at the highlights. Turkey in the end dominant to go 1-0. So tough break for the teenage Chinese setter at the end of that first set, but Turkey certainly earning the result. Reasonably even on the statistics. Apart from that blocking stat, Turkey with 6 kill blocks, but it wasn't just the fact they were killing the ball on the floor, it was the fact they were getting hands on the attack and slowing the ball down for the defenders. Swiss team watching on, using this tournament once again to gain vital international experience and enjoying their time here in Montreux against some of the best in the world. So we're good to go in set 2, just looking down there on court to see what sort of changes are in place, and it's pretty much the same for Turkey. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. So Turkey sticking with the same lineup. And for China, a couple of changes that happened towards the end of that first set. Look like they have been reversed in some cases. So setter that started the match, Diao back on. Off goes Sun. But Duan has lost her place. So Du Qingqing is out there on the floor, number 23. As referee Yuka Kitamura signals the start of set 2. Turkey lead 1-0. And that's a fine opener. Great shot from Asli Kalac, the 23-year-old Galatasaray middle blocker. Tends to play third fiddle to some really good middle players in this Turkish team, but when she gets a chance, she usually takes it. So far, so good for Turkey. Finished the set strongly, started set 2 really well. The libero for China, Lin, running the show in backcourt. Just letting all her players around her know what she expects of them, because the pass for China is not very good, that service reception at the moment. That's what's letting them down. Decent block. Not easy to go again when you get the first block and have to jump once more, but very well done from Yang Hanyu. Another teenager out on court for China, just 19. But unfortunately can't follow that with a serve in court. And as is always the case, middle blocker replaced by the libero. There she is, Lin Li. Runs the show in backcourt, and what she says goes. Over it comes again, no. Well, it would have been 4 touches anyway. It was another one of those situations where the pass just brushed the Chinese player. And if it touches your own teammate, even unintentionally, it still counts. Turkey doing a really good job here of isolating the Chinese libero Lin. They're not serving anywhere near her. They're picking on the other players in this Chinese team. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that could have come back. Well, that was an exceptionally good play from Baladin after a fine dig from Ercan in the backcourt. Jumped, pirouetted in the air around the post and made the play, and her teammates were not expecting it to come back. In fact, the dig was from Kalac. And she just watched it hit the floor. Too good. Well, Baladin's first couple of hits in set 1 were on the cross court, so establish that line, and that just allows her then to pick off the seams in the block or turn it to the line if she wants. Turkey doing everything right at the moment. Nice set. Well, we talk about energy or power being in the ball as it comes to the setter's hands, and this was a lot of negative energy. This was a heavy ball to set, and she set that beautifully, Diao. Every wing spiker will want just one blocker to beat. Still in play, but it's a free ball, China. What can they do with this? Pipe attack, beautiful dig from Sariolu. Baladin. Oh, she had no blockers. And nobody told her. And when you can't see the net, you just want to shout from your teammates to say it's a free net, and she would have gone for that. But instead tried to play a trickier off-pace shot and missed it. Terrific defence, again, both sides of the net in that rally. Good read as well on the second touch from Dilik. Oh, this is wonderful volleyball. Baladin, blocked, what a stop. Oh, that's a wonderful block from Hu Mingwan. Lined her up on the cross court and then got those hands right over the net. Taking the angle away beautifully. But all because of that terrific dig from Diao, the setter, reading her opposite number. Du still with the serve. China back on level terms. Another really solid kill from the backcourt. Yilmaz running right down the centre on that pipe. Normally you'd expect to see Yilmaz right out on the right side of court for that backcourt attack on a 10, as it's sometimes called, but no, ran the pipe down the middle. A serve. Dropping right inside the line from Baladin. Again, Lin not happy with her teammates. You can look, you can ask, but if the lines judge says it's in, it's in. Good forceful spike. China's best scorer, Li, forced to come in off the wing and go for that, but took it right through the hands of the blocker. But straight away, Akman makes up for that earlier blocking error with a really fine slide D, and I tell you what, Hugh is lucky that she didn't get a ball in the face there. That was a huge hit and a great feed from Dilik, the setter. Super pass. China in control of the ball, are a different unit. And in terms of keeping that scoreboard ticking over when you're on service reception, killing the ball first time, well, it's the service receive that is crucial. Getting the ball to your setter means everything. Turkey do the same. And both teams ticking over very nicely here. Yilmaz with the kill on the reverse. Much more traditional angle for her from the back line. I can tell you the Chinese coach, Coach An Jiaji, is not happy with his middle blockers at the moment. Feels they're not penetrating the net enough. Well, Dilik ducking for cover in defence there, but still managing to get the ball into play. Just couldn't quite be recycled. Pick up from Lin, and a fine kill from Li. And at the moment, China providing far sterner opposition in set 2. Really nice set. See the quick release from the hands of Jia. Very tough for blockers to read. Good pass from Sariolu. But China come back strong, and the run-around attack working very nicely for them at the moment. Captain Zheng on that slide. And a simple kill back cross court. Still no movement from the Turkish bench with regard to any substitutions. Oh, wonderful stop. And Turkey really needed that one. Asli Kalac coming up with the block. And she's having a very good game so far. Wonderful penetration on the net. And if you can get those arms and those hands over, that's what forces the ball back down onto your opponent's court. Well played, Kalac. Well, three-woman block, so there was definitely space available for that shot for Du. But just tried to bite off a little more than was there. Now Chan to serve again. I have to say, I think Chan was in two minds with that serve. Was initially looking at the line, but Lin had come so far across the libero for China to cover. I think she half thought about going on the diagonal and in the end didn't commit to either serve. 11-all, set 2, Turkey lead by 1. Pick of the middle players at the moment to serve for Turkey. Beautiful, what an attack. Well, you saw it progress. Once China got control of the ball, the attackers let Diao know where they were running. And a wonderful slide on the reverse, just taking the blockers out of the equation. Baladin off the net and out, and a definite change in momentum now in set 2. China coming into this match. And Turkey are going to have to just try and find a way of changing things here. Maybe some substitutions. Güneş, Boz, Ismailoglu wait in the wings. We might see them feature sooner rather than later. Baladin with a wild hit. Goodness me, well, she was going for the fingers of the Chinese block, but she's totally mishit this. And that's ended up down the road in Veve. Just about kept in play. Well, China really turning it on now. Very different team to the team that we saw at this stage in the first set. And Turkey forced to call a timeout, no surprise.
Bizler şu 3 metrenin dışından atılan paslarda yine turuncuyu bulamıyoruz. Bulursak da çok yavaş oluyor. Plase kullanabilirsiniz. Fena değildi o denediğim blok out. Fena değildi. Sıkıntı yok. Hadi devam ettik. Bir tane manşet alıyoruz. 1-2-3.
Shot from Lee, top scorer, as I said, for China at the moment. Started this match on 66 points, just behind Stork of Switzerland on 74, Lippmann of Germany on 96. Both their tournaments have come to an end. And Schmazek, who will see in action for Poland in the final, she's on 99 points for the week. Away we go again. Turkey looking to recover. And Baladin forced a tip. Brilliant pickup. And I'm not sure Baladin is going to stay on court for too much longer. Really super block from China, but Baladin struggling out there at the moment. And that's the way it goes. Players do fluctuate in terms of their form during the course of a match. And Baladin at the moment having a bit of a downward curve. Good pass from her though. And blocked again. And I've seen the signal from the bench. I think we're going to see Ismailou into the action. Replacement wing spiker. A rather forlorn look over her shoulder after that hit from Baladin. She knew the writing was on the wall. And off comes the number 7. And it's actually a double substitution. So Ercan as well leaves the court and is replaced by Fatma Yildirim, young wing spiker. And on is Ismailou. She comes on in the wing spiker position for the front court wing spiker, Baladin, who was struggling. And the substitution, neither of those hitters involved in the kill, but it's a good kill from Ahmad. Four points to find for Turkey. Otherwise, we're going to one set apiece in this 5th place playoff. It's amazing, isn't it, how quickly sport changes, not just volleyball, but sport in general. A bit of pressure applied and then it's all different, and more substitutions. Double substitution then to bring Ozbey into the play. So new playmaker on court. Dilek loses her place, but this is a tactical double substitution. Meryem Boz comes on in the front line. And essentially it's a reversal of the rotations. So Turkey now can keep tall players in the front line for 6 rotations. But it's a backcourt player they use. And that was a vicious spike from Ismailou. She's not been too happy at this tournament at not getting as much court time as she would like. And that was a ferocious hit. Just a reminder there from Ismailou to the coaches, hey, I'm here. Look what I can do. Good solid swing. And Lee taking on the outside hands of Boz and taking them on well. The Turkish captain then, her first action of this 5th place playoff. But can't stop Lee. China maintain their comfortable advantage. Hugh with the serve. It's trademark from Meryem Boz. If there's a line to hit on either side of the court, she'll hit it. Choosing to go against Hu, the middle blocker, who will now be replaced by Lin, the libero for China. Well, Turkey have got much more like their starting players out on court now. And since those substitutions have happened, they've managed to miss 2 serves. There's the Swiss coaching staff watching on. Timo Lupine, the head coach, on the right side of that last picture. All a bit messy for Turkey at the moment. And that's just too big a block. That is huge. So Lee on the outside stood next to Yang Han-yu. 2 blockers comfortably over 1.90 meters tall, and that's super form in the air from Yang.
Manşeti takip etmeye başladılar, tamam mı? Takip ediyorlardı. Long way oynayabiliriz. Melih long way oynarsa gelsen topa göre girmen lazım. İçeriye doğru girmen lazım başta. Haydi kızlar, haydi kızlar, haydi kızlar. 1, 2, 3.
So for the first time in this match, assistant coach Alper Mathieu has to stop the match to discuss some real issues for Turkey out on court. And the issue there was just the block was way too big for Boz. Well tidied up by Sariolu. And well finished off. First kill in the bank for the replacement wing spiker, Fatma Yildirim. Off the hands and into the antenna, so point China. Captain Zheng once again running round and making things very difficult for the blocker Ismailou. Oh dear. Well, Ismailou hit that very hard, but it's gone straight into Young's block again. And straight down, nearly into the face of Yildirim. Superb stuff. The double substitution reversed. Ozbey and Boz out. So Dilik and Yilmaz back in. Didn't really affect the point score. 23-16 China way ahead in set two. Just misses the roof. But it's a free ball China. What a pickup. Oh my goodness. Well, we were discussing this at an FIVB meeting the other day. What do you call that kind of rally where a team makes a brilliant action? The pickup from Sariolu was remarkable, but still they don't come away with the point. Doesn't have a name in volleyball, it's just sport, it's just unlucky. China, set points. Oh, and that's unlucky as well for Turkey, but China making their own luck. Decent block from Du on Ismailou. And after a really good start from Turkey to this fifth place playoff, it's all changed. Momentum completely back with China now. And the reigning Olympic champions claim set two comfortably, 25 points to 16. And it's Turkey now that have to do all the thinking in the break between the sets, because China look very, very good towards the back end of that one. So one set all in this fifth place playoff, our first match of the day here at the Montreux Volley Masters. And we are even as we head towards set three. Well, the first set was good for Turkey. Flags were waving, the fans were happy. But now some worried expressions in the crowd because China were just too good second time around. So first set to Turkey, second set to China. Let's enjoy some of the highlights for the Chinese team as they level this match up here in Switzerland. So that's how things look. Statistics for the second set. China not doing just enough, doing plenty. And while they didn't pick up any aces on the serve, their block was really strong and just kept the scoreboard ticking over with much better ball control, much better attacking. And now Turkey have to think a few things through. So Coach Guidetti here in an advisory capacity for Coach Alpay Montreux, and deciding between them that they are going to make changes to the personnel out on court. So Turkey will start with captain Meryem Boz in set 3. It's one set apiece. And Yildirim also holds her place on court, number 21. That's impressive. That is impressive. I always think when a set starts with a fine point like that, sometimes gets overshadowed by the rest of the set, but that's as good as you will see in world women's volleyball. Great kill from Yang. And a super response from Turkey. Yildirim with the finish. Yildirim coming through the ranks with Meryem Boz in terms of her junior time. I think we said she was a young player earlier, but certainly reaching her latter 20s now. And we'll need to stabilise things for Turkey out there. That's a good serve. Any points like that that the middle players can pick up from the service line are all bonuses. Asli Kalac putting pressure on Lee. Well, when you're a tall player, not easy to get down low to pass this ball. Well, that was a strange one. Hitting the ball and then kind of collapsing into the net, and she's hurt her hand here, really pinged her fingers on the netting. And that's why the players never wear rings out on court. If you catch a ring on your finger in the net, then that's going to be nasty. Good serving. This is really good serving. What a start to set 3 from Turkey. Playing with a bit of renewed vigour, but specifically targeting the two wing spikers and keeping the ball away from Lin. And it's Lee that has been pushed out of the service receive here. Lin still can't get a pass. Good defence. Well, full marks to Turkey, but full marks as well to their middle player. Asli Kalac is having a hell of a game, the number 19. And it was her defensive brilliance in that last rally that allowed Turkey to play on. And coach An Jiaji for China thinking about a timeout. He was nearly close to calling it. One more point, and I think he will call it. Kalac with another serve. Lee finally puts the ball away, so timeout crisis averted for China. This is strong, better pass. And a great left-handed swing towards the corner. Impressive player, Lee. Hard to believe that she's still only young, only 19. Good chase from Dilic. Boz hits the angle. It was the only shot available to her. But when she's got all the angles available, then more often than not, Meryem Boz will put it away. Such an impressive player is Boz. Could have a pick of contracts really, but deciding to stay faithful to Galatasaray in the Turkish league. Close to the line, but just out. Do with the serve from the Shandong province team. Korea and Japan have very highly developed league systems, sponsored mostly by companies. China's league system still very much based on provincial volleyball. Very strong centres of development. And as can sometimes be the case, both teams going off the boil at the same time. Baladin back on court in that wing spiking position, along with Yildirim, after having a tough time of it in set 2. Oh dear, mix up. And both Chinese players thought the other was going to play the ball, and really it should have been the wing spiker Lee calling and coming in to hit this. That was certainly playable, but in the end leaving it to the middle player Yang, who also left it. But China sorted out straight away. Yang with the finish, one of the taller players out there on court for China. Yang Han-yu, another 19-year-old, 1.92 meters tall. And another Shandong province player. Super stop, but well recycled by Turkey. Oh, goodness me. Well, it's the way it happens sometimes. The ball bounces back into play, and that's where you get the lottery element of volleyball. Where's it going to go? And on this occasion, it's gone right into the hands of the Chinese captain, who's just able to shove this ball down. Turkey feeling it was on their side of the net, but another call goes against them. And it's followed with an ace serve. Bit of net involved in this one, so Diao's serve just deviating. Made it really tough for Yildirim. China coming back into this. Clever spike. Lee completely aware that she's up against Dilik, the shorter blocker on the Turkish team. So turned in the air to find Dilik and hit the ball. Rotation error from China. This won't go down well with the coaching staff. 6 positions on court, 1 through to 6, and you have to be stood in the right place. There we go. You have to be stood in the right place when the serve is hit. And China were in completely the wrong rotation. Good pick up from Baladin. Great chase. Yildirim. Tip easily read. Lin goes high to Lee, and her tip hits the floor. Well, constructed point for China, making sure that the rotation error didn't do too much damage. Well, when you're tipping from that height, it means it's in the air a long time, but it also means you can get a good angle to the court. And it's Lee that goes back to serve for China. What a pick up from Lin. This is super volleyball again. Both teams full throttle. And finally, the ball hits the line. And it's Asli Kalac who continues to impress through the middle. Great pick up and ball into the setter from Sariolu. That's what created the chance. And an accurate hit to the line from the middle player. Yildirim into the net. Well, a really fast hit from Baladin, but it's wide. Set forced her away from the net, so she was fading backwards as she hit it. And just couldn't get enough control on the ball to get that right on the line. It was just wide. And it's Boz's turn. Well, nothing just wide about that one. That was way out, but the reason it was is because Meryem Boz was aiming for the Chinese hands and missed them. And Turkey call a timeout.
Atakta biraz daha cesur olmaya başladık. Tamam. Hatayı da azaltırsak geliyoruz. Atakta agresifliğe devam. Plase atıyorsak eğer, plaseyi birazcık daha sahanın ortasına doğru atabiliriz çabuk topta. Tamam mı? Hadi kızlar, atakta agresifliğe devam. Hadi cesur. 2-3.
So when Coach Samacı is in charge of the timeouts, it's in Turkish. When Coach Guidetti is in charge, then they all communicate in English. He's got a wonderful way with him as Guidetti. Players love him. He's a fantastic coach, but he also promotes this really nice, relaxed atmosphere. He demands a lot from his players. He's strict. But the way they work in the training sessions, it's great to watch. Boss stopped. Turkey out of system, so not really in control of that rally. And as you will so often see at this level, when the opposition is not in control, the blockers score the point. And on this occasion, it was Du Qingqing. But in system is a whole different story. With the ball under control, Meryem Boz is as good a hitter as you'll see on the planet. Absolute superstar from this Turkish team. Certainly led the charge for Turkey when they made the VNL finals last year in China. Lost out in a super 5-set match to the USA, having been a couple of sets up in that one. But at the moment, looking like they might be a set down here against China if China keep playing like this. Du with the kill. 14-11. Well, Captain Chang not having a great game today. And another error from her. Turkey messing up their substitution there. Going for the double and not making it. So the tip produces the kill. Just. And finally the double substitution made. So Boz comes out and Dilik comes out. And then a reversal of the rotation, just like we saw in set 2. So Kansu Ozbey now the playmaker, the setter from the backcourt. And Yildiz on in that opposite position. My apologies, Yilmaz, who's going to hit the ball now. Off pace though. Turkey need points here, and that's why the substitution change has been made. But this, a straight error from Lee. Onto the net tape and out, 2 points in it. Good acceleration on that attack. Ball fed really flat and really fast by Ozbey to Yildirim. And while that's tough to hit, the block is always going to be struggling to get there. Baladin, good serve. Well, Baladin was all over it in back court, but the little deflection just took it higher than she was expecting. Ended up overpassing that defensive play. China restore their 2-point cushion. And it's Hu with the serve. Wide, but just clipping the line. Yilmaz with a good score. I think we're going to see a good contest in the back third here if both teams keep playing at this level. Net touch. Haven't seen a lot of those today. The blocking has been exceptionally good. Very well balanced, very well organised. There's the cameras feeding into the laptops that I was talking about yesterday. The coaches all seeing this game in real time. Just enables them to look at all the different connotations. Various coaching staff sat around this arena feeding information down to the bench. Oshbey back out. And now we'll see Boz come out. Just kept in for that extra rotation. In fact, it's not going to be Boz leaving the court. Boz is already on, my apologies. So Yilmaz is the second substitution. And now we're back to where we started with Turkey's rotation at the start of this third set. Long serve, and this one signalled out. China just letting Turkey off the hook a bit here. Well, very good read through the middle from Asli Kalac. As soon as she saw Diao going with one hand for this set, she knew that it was going nowhere else except middle, so she committed and got the block. Good serve. Oh. Wow. And China, after that ace, call a timeout. Brilliant serve.
护站了以后，你不怕平冲了，准备向前推进，听懂吗？你不要站着后边还得想后边，啊，这是一个保护都连续跟上，开球成功率高，不能不保护啊，琳琳。现在我们20分了，快，我们每一个细节就要精力集中，抓细一点，不要指望一板打死他，听懂吗？啊，拦网防守都连贯起来，去磨住他。啊，有的。啊，这个比分打仔细一点啊。来，这样不是快点的位置。
Well, beaten on the last serve, but it dipped viciously. No blame on Du. That was just a brilliant serve from Yildirim. And when you can hit the critical speed in the air with the ball, it will drop quickly. Better control this time from China, and they sort it out. So good timeout from Coach An Jiaji. But I said we were heading for a close finish in this third set, and we are. 19 all then. 25 points the target. Yang Han-yu with the serve, the middle player for China. Overpass, finished. Decent serve, just floated it right down into the corner. And Yildirim, having aced her opponent with her last service run, not able to make the pass on this one for Turkey. Nicely hit from Baladin. It was a good feed on the set from Dilik. Nice and fast out wide, but Baladin still had a bit of work to do here, and she's done it well. All. Kalach, good serve, overpassed and blocked nicely by Ahman at the net. Turkey back in front, and unusually it's Lin with the passing error, but you know what, that's just about the first ball she's passed in this match, the Chinese libero. Turkey have avoided her at all costs. Good dig. No, it's coming back, just missing the ceiling. And again, great dig, but it's wide of the court. Yildirim working really hard in the back line, but China level the score again. Double substitution. Exactly the same as we saw from Turkey earlier in this set, but now from China. So the 17-year-old backup setter, Sun, comes into the play. And on comes one of the replacement opposite players for China. And it's all to no avail. So Liu Yanhan in the front court doesn't get to block because Sun, the setter, has just put it straight into the net. And immediately reversed. Hey ho, that's the way it goes sometimes. The best coaching plans don't always happen, so original starting players back on court for China as Boz waits to serve. Brilliant pick-up from Yildirim. Baladin with a huge kill. What a spike. And as well as China have played in this set, it's Turkey now that really do have the advantage. Chinese timeout.
这会儿下手的时候都要果断一点，背后球和快球是可以打的，啊，不要一味打高球，啊，先把一传保持好，听懂吗？不要乱跳乱跑。加油！
Super effort from Yildirim to keep this in play. And then that is some hit. Had Lin the libero to beat, and Baladin has snapped around the inside of the ball to send that flying on the diagonal. And as Coach Guidetti watches on, he'll be delighted with the situation here. 2 points the advantage. Oh, it's an ace on the line. And things getting better and better for Turkey here. Meryem Boz, the captain, aces Turkey to 3 set points. Well played, Dilik. Oh, that's a super block. Well, Dilik won the joust at the net, the Turkish setter, to keep it in play, and then managed to find Boz. Almost a no contest there, but Dilik does well and then finds Boz with the set, and Hu makes up for missing out on the joust with a fine stop. But still 2 set points to Turkey. 2 chances to attack to win the set. Here's the first, overpass though, is down. And 1 set point goes begging for Turkey. Might see a timeout here, we do. Turkey stopped the match to reset the mind and reset the focus.
Kalça biraz geri alman lazım ya. Kızlar manşeti karşı sahaya kaçırmamıza gerek yok. Yani illa mükemmel alacağım diye risk almamıza gerek yok. Azıcık açık alabiliriz. Kurşun oynuyoruz, üstüne oynuyoruz, paslar var. Haydi. 1-2-3.
You can't criticise Sariolu. She's been brilliant. For the last couple of seasons, she's been one of the best liberos in the world for Turkey. but unfortunately on that occasion, coming up with the error. Crucial serve, crucial service receive now. China still in this set. Turkey with one more opportunity to finish it here. Better pass. And a great kill. Baladin nice and high out on the wing. Gets that ball off the blocker's hands and away. And the Turkish flags are waving again. They move into a 2-1 lead in this 5th place playoff. And that was a really well contested set. Slightly better pass. At least Dilic could feed the wing spiker. And Baladin does the rest. She's certainly back on form after having a bit of a tough time of it in set 2, the number 7 for Turkey. But that was a quality hit. 2 good kills from her towards the end of that 3rd set. So Turkey just edge it in set 3. 25 points to 23. And they move into a 2-1 lead. And for them, it was all about the back third of the set, where they really did start to look good and pull away from China. And now, just 1 set away from claiming a 5th place finish here in Montreux. Still all to play for China, but in set 3, it was all about Turkey. Well, right at the start of this match, I said it looked like a potential 5-setter. Turkey have moved 2-1 ahead, but China can still force a deciding set if they can compete in the 4th. Just couldn't quite see it across the line in the 3rd. Turkey very strong in the back third. Set 4 then. Turkey keep Yildirim out on court as Thailand go through the final warm-up phase ahead of their game in the 3rd, 4th place playoff with Italy. That's coming up next from the Montreux Volley Masters. But right now, we continue this 5th place playoff. China in the yellow start with a service error. Chasing this match against Turkey. Turkey 2-1 up. Yildirim still on court. Meryem Boss, the captain, still on court. Baladin along with Yildirim through that wing spiker position. So no real changes for Turkey. And this is a fine start for them. And if they want to get this game done in 4 sets, they're going about it in exactly the right way. Coach Guidetti talking to his setter Dilic in between the sets, giving her a bit of a lecture on what he wants to see this time around. Brilliant. This is superb from the team in red. And a second fantastic block from Akman. Akman is tall, but it's about getting those arms in the right place and penetrated the net really well there. Oh, absolutely convinced was Kalach that ball was in. But the lines judge says wide, so China have their first points on the board. Or first point on the board anyway in set 4. Immediately followed by a bit of a shocker there from Young, middle blocker Young. Well, since Boz has come on, it's just been that steadying influence from the captain for this Turkish team. That's what's helped them take the lead. Oh, it's superb blocking. Turkey unable to win the point, but that's a real warning sent out to the Chinese spikers. Hands in the way of just about every shot at the moment. Easy serve. Turkey don't get a particularly good attack out of it. And now it's China's turn. Oh, what a block. What a block from Baladin. Well, she had a torrid time of it in the second set and was substituted off court. But since she's come back on, she's been brilliant. That's an amazing stop. Shutting down China's best scorer, Li, with ease. I think she enjoyed that one. Good decision from Akman to just keep the ball in play. Another swing for Baladin. Oh, it's a brilliant swing. Well, she's really come to life here. Hitting some terrific shots, and China have to call a timeout. In fact, it's Yildirim that's hit that one. My apologies to her. What a play from Turkey.
这是反击球，对方乱的时候可以从中间突，跟对方太密集的拦法啊！这一场上不能松这口气儿，听懂吗？啊，就是说精力重新要集中到一起，照顾在一起，听懂吗？别发漏。哎，发球啊，沉住气，不要太着急，我一下想发死你。正常发，正常攻啊！
Well, even if you don't speak the language of the coach, it's such a privilege to be able to get inside the timeouts. Great job by the crew down there on the floor. And that's where you really see some of the emotions coming through. And I don't think Coach An Jiaji is particularly happy with his players at the moment. China trailing. Turkey dominating in set 4. Another chance for Turkey. And going around on that slide attack to Akman, who's had a very good start to this 4th set. Couple of blocks and a kill. 3 points to her name. Brilliant pick up from Sariolu. And Boz fashions a kill off the hands. Duan one-on-one with the Turkish captain, but there was only going to be one winner there. 8-2, what a service run here from Baladin. Well, 3-woman block formed. But Duan Fang went high and hard at this. And she too gets the block out hit. Just a little rebound from Akman to Dilik and then away from the court. 5 points in it already. Li showing that even still in her teenage years, she's got a real vision for the game, understood what was in front of her there. So went off pace for the kill. Oh, another huge spike from Turkey. Ahmed on this occasion hitting that slide D to perfection, and Lim was here for the defensive play but just couldn't control it. Ahmed it will be to serve. 9-4 Turkey. Not this time. Turkey mustn't let that affect them. They'll be looking to side this ball out immediately. Hugh it is with the serve. Caused a few problems, Hugh, from the service line. And has done so again. Boz has to shovel it over as a free ball. That's a very good hit. What a spike into the corner from Lee. Well, China identifies talented athletes quite early in their development. And it's Lang Ping, the Chinese coach, not here with the team in Montreux. Oh, I'll have to stop my story because that is priceless. Second ball over from Dillick, and that's the value of having a left-handed setter. They can hit these very hard. Brilliant. From the shortest player on court for Turkey. Apart from Sadioli, that is. And, well, there's a bit of tit for tat there between the two coaches. Giles saying, do you know what? You don't have to hit it. You can just do this. That's clever. Yeah, Lang Ping has developed a series of talent ID camps where she encourages players to think of volleyball as a possible option in the height-driven sports. And had a whole series of international swimmers and basketballers and rowers coming into the Chinese program to give it a go. Well, this is a really nice contest now. This is a feisty part of this fourth set. Both teams hitting some top form here. 11-7 Turkey lead. Yildirim with the serve. Nice pick-up from Diao. Turkey go again. Yildirim. Well, that was very, very quick through that pipe position. So the ball was under control. Yildirim just continued her run towards the net. And then watch her get about a metre ball set. That is fast. And that's impressive. And Dillick just having a chat with Yildirim about the two different sets that she gave her. Why did you hit the second one and not the first? And both teams now absolutely purring on their side out. This is super stuff. Great kill from the Chinese captain. Turkey will look to come back stronger. Going to be a struggle though. Baladin tries for a reuse play by just trying to force that off the block and back to her defenders. But in doing so, has just clipped the top of the net. 2 quick points for China, closing the gap to 3. Lee to serve. Good serve. Boss to sort it out. She can't. And China coming back into the fourth set. A delighted Duan Fang with the kill. Well, finally a pass for Dillick to work with. Uses the energy of the ball to just run onto that pass and feed it out quick and wide to Baladin. Nice setting, very nice kill. Tight and too tight. Well, Lin has been frozen out of this game, the libero for China, by some very clever tactical play from Turkey. And the few times that she's touched the ball, she's been trying too hard. 14-10 Turkey. The very impressive Kalac back at the service line, but can't defend that one. Matters not though for Turkey. They've still got a healthy lead in this fourth set. Any team will tell you if they can get 3 or 4 points up, that's good. Running repairs for Italy and Pietrini down in the warm-up area. Good block. Well, she's been a superstar in this set. Kubra Kaliskan, Akman as she's known, stands 1.98 meter tall, the Vakif Bank blocker. And boy, did she do her job there. That ball was hit very high, right into the hands, and she's forced it down into court. Boz to serve. And a quick apology from Yildirim to her libero, Sariolu, because Sariolu was all over this play. And Yildirim's just jumped in front of her, and very difficult to play the ball when a player moves like that in front of you. This is superb. And a second line shot from Baladin. Setting up to hit the ball cross court, but watch her turn it down the line late. It's quality hitting from the wing spiker for Turkey. Sends her back to the service line. Great block from Yildirim. And a great piece of defense as well. Oh, this is superb. Turkey playing some dream volleyball here. And Dilik very aware that it was Yildirim that had made the play, so the four-hitter wasn't available, and that's why she just pumped it on the pipe to the other wing spiker, Baladin, to do the job. Substitute called. We're going to see a double swap here for China. In comes Sun, in comes Liu. Out goes Zheng, out goes Diao. So reversal of the rotation, and we'll have a backcourt setter. And again, China really not sure where they are on court here. They've completely lost where they are in the rotation. Now, back in place. Bit of an experience there from the 17-year-old setter, Sun. Overpass. Akman decides not to hit it. No. Well, they might live to rue that, because there was a chance to hit that ball. Oh, it's been reversed. Net touch called by the second official from Thailand. And China desperately needed that point. They're not going to get it. Who it was who just clipped the net. Well spotted by the official. Turkey with Baladin back at the service line. I think that's going to be 18-12 in a moment. Oh, it's just getting better and better for the team in red. That is a stunning block on the cross court from Akman. 6 points for her in this set, and they've all been superb. Doesn't get any more emphatic than that. Monster block from Akman. Well, China asking for the touch, and it's given. This time off the fingernails of the Turkish middle blocker. Tough to spot these, but you can just see the finger just ping back as that ball was hit at Akman. Nice spot from the lines judge. 13-19 behind China. China trying to make this happen, but it's a huge task ahead of them. Liu resorting to the tip to get the point, but you've got to make it happen any way you can. That's fine hitting. And Akman has been unstoppable in this set. Takes Turkey to 20 with another fine, wide attack from the middle player. She will serve. 6-point advantage, Turkey. China want this called in. It is called in. That's the signal. No hint of a touch signalled. But Turkey will do well not to worry too much about this. It's a decent save on that tight set, and I did think it hit the outside of the paintwork here on the floor. Brilliant shot. And a nice response from Turkey. And that's the way to do it. There's an old phrase, just get the ball to do the talking. Don't worry about those decisions that you don't like, just make the next point. And Yildirim does exactly that, and that line shot for Turkey has been very, very good to them in set 4. 21-15. Good front line now for Turkey. Tall players with Dilek, the setter, in the back line. And this is edge of the seat stuff from China. Or more appropriately, seat of the pants, because they're just hanging in there. Jia and Zheng back in. Double substitution that we saw earlier reversed. Back on comes the starting setter Jia, back on comes the captain and opposite player Zheng. No alarm bells yet for Turkey. Not quite the connection that Kalac was looking for with her setter Dilek. Side-out game though for Turkey. They don't need to win another point on their service. Just need to keep killing the ball off serve-receive, and they will win this match. 22-17. This time Dilek gets it right to her middle player, and this is a really good decision. So many setters don't go back to a player that's just made a mistake, when really, at this level, all you need to do is just make a little tweak and you'll get the point. Oh, that's horrible from China. And I think their hearts have gone out of this one. Two points away from wrapping up 5th place, Turkey. Oh, lovely block. That's a great comeback from Yang Hanyu and Li Yingying side by side, the tallest blocking unit in the Chinese team, taking down the Turkish captain. Doesn't look completely convinced, does he, the Turkish coach? Still a bit of work to be done here. 2 points to be found. Nice pass. And in off the wing, a little bit of variation. Dilek asking Baladin to come in and hit that ball just over the top of the middle player. And it brings 6 match points to Turkey. That's a very nice play. Turkey winners in 2015, China winners in 2016, but they're going to have to settle for 5th place this time around. And China will settle for 6th. Well, second set was all China's, but the rest of this match belonged to Turkey. That was a very, very good performance. And from the bench as well. 3-1, Turkey take this. 25-18, 16-25, 25-23, big third set. and then coasted it in set 4, 25-18. Good contribution from all of the Turkish players. And they see this one across the line. Our first game of our final day here at the Volley Masters in Montreux. And Turkey beat China by 3-1. Well, the teams will all stay around now for the rest of the day as these matches unfold. We've got the third, fourth playoff, Italy versus Thailand, in our feast of volleyball here on Super Saturday at Montreux. That's coming up next as China say thank you to the crowd. The Thailand fans are in, ready to go. And China and Turkey will stay on and watch the rest of the day with our final between Poland and Japan to finish our coverage. And that's how this game finished, with the shove down block from Meryem Boss at the net. Captain, as she so often does, finishes a very good job for Turkey. So China begin their international warm-up with a 6th place finish here in Montreux. Turkey will head to the Volleyball Nations League with a 5th place finish. Both teams would have wanted more this week, but in the end it was not forthcoming. But an excellent contest to finish off their time in Switzerland. And confirmation that Turkey have taken this one by 3-1 as we look forward to the third, fourth place playoff, which will be next on centre court, Italy versus Thailand. Those are the final match stats. There wasn't a tremendous amount between the two teams, but in the crucial parts of the set, it was Turkey that played their best volleyball. And just too many errors in the end from China to really compete when it mattered. So, good game to start our final day of coverage from Montreux. But all the highlights, all the plaudits and the result belong to Turkey.